sucking. Like as far as like the concept of voting, it's always like the or what the majority of people I think should be done. All right, but wait a minute. All right, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, all right, said that like it was only like the 1/3. He's always talking about the elect. It was always like the like this a small amount of people that he was dealing with and were like doing like what was supposed to be done. All right, and it was always the majority of people right who were wicked.
Okay.
Hey, yeah, right. Because like I say this, all the prophets basically seen visions of America being obliterated, like destroyed. Mostly all the prophets was like, yo, man, what is this place that's gonna get bombed with all these missiles, man? Amos seen it, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Ezra, Daniel, basically all the prophets, you know, spoke about America being destroyed and seeing these other nations in captivity. Yep.
Isaiah. This is Isaiah chapter 42, verse 9. Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them. And you know, you got a lot of movies where they speak subliminal messages too, but at the same time, he also said he speak by his servants, the prophets. You know what I'm saying? So in every like major city, usually they got like a small remnant of people who actually trying to get right amongst that large multitude that's chasing their own vain, you know, own vain vision.
Mm-hmm. And then it's always another thing that's is like it's like lightweight off topic. All right, but with all these like major cities, like every time like a GMS camp shows up, all right, then all these other camps show up. Like whether it's mainly like the IUIC and the ISUPK. It's like for example like GMS England. All right, now those other like false camps are in like the United Kingdom. When that wasn't like it was Great Millstone, right? And that doctrine was around the world first. All right, and they only did it like through the internet. All right, and I said what else? Like we're like GMS is like the spiritual Marines basically. All right, because like we're like the first like soldiers that show up. All right, we're the ones who like put in the most work, right, and deal with it's like the most hell, the most casualties. Like as far as like people always talk about like don't mess with him, he's a Marine. Like they go through like the most like vigorous and like austere training. Like if you've seen like those videos of them you know like just like cleaning entire bathrooms with like toothbrushes and shit like that, are getting like screamed at and cursed out by like more than one person, like having to like deal with all these like just like hiking and training and all these like in all like the elements, like whether it be like just like underwater, in the air, like they just do like everything that everyone else like only specializes in maybe one or two of the things that like they're trained to do. Right, and that's us, because like we know we teach the entire volume of the book. We teach sound doctrine. We come out like in season and out of season. Not just like whenever like the weather's good. All right, every other week, like once a month.
All right, take a soldier to be out here in the wintertime, man. Take a soldier. That's how the native Indians used to count their strength. They'd be like, yeah, I've been here for 12 winters.
Yeah, it's like
you know? It's hunting season, so.
If like so like IUIC, they're basically like the spiritual like Air Force. All right, just you know like yeah, we're gonna
party.
Yeah, you know we're gonna just like we're gonna rent this lounge. We're gonna just sit back, you know, eat some good food. Yeah, sorry, and like that one fucking asshole that I met, like I don't know if I told you guys that, like I got into an argument with this like member of IUIC. Like I saw him on like his name's like Officer Jolton or whatever. And there was a video of him, like they set up a school in Columbus. And like he said he was like based out of Cleveland, you know, Nate was there. And they were like introducing themselves and all that shit. Alright, but then like he had those like he had those just like those like stink meter shades on or whatever. Alright, and he was just talking about come to our school, like come in and enjoy some good food. Alright, and that's not even like Nate had corrected him. He was like, yeah, we have spiritual food too. Alright, that's all that's all you could say when you open up a school. Or when how about like come learn who you are. Alright, come learn about the prophecies. Come like get right. Alright, but all you can say is like come in and enjoy some food. Alright, that's not. I mean, did you guys come here to like just like get a sandwich or like, or did you come to like have a few drinks, like throw a pizza party for your kids? No.
And that's like feeding food to a stray dog or a cat, man. Yeah. That's all they gonna come back for is the.
Speaking of that false prophet, I know you was finishing something. This is Isaiah 56:10. It says, "His watchmen are blind; they are all ignorant. They are all dumb dogs that cannot bark, sleeping, lying down, loving to slumber. Yeah, they are greedy dogs which can never have enough, and they are shepherds that cannot understand. They all look to their own way, every one for his gain from his quarter."
Yeah, as far as like all these well, it's obvious that like the shepherds of these groups are sold out. Alright, so there's what happens is either there's that's why like Paul said that like groups that don't abide in the doctrine, that's like being in captivity again. Alright, because like sometimes like they'll have like certain like guidelines and protocols, alright, that are contrary to the scriptures. Alright, like as far as like you know, like you have to get like married in order to have sex with like your woman or whatever. Alright, and you can only deal with like one woman. Alright, and it's expedient like only to deal with one woman. Like if you're doing what we're doing, like you'll barely be dealing with one anyway. Alright, but like as far as like you know, like you have to get married, like you have to do this or that. But then like on the flip side, right, they'll omit to tell you like things that they'll like allow you to go off on some things. Like they have like members with like either like dreadlocks or like right, the Mr. Clean look lineups. Right, not going out like frequently. Alright, because that's like taking your hand off the plow. Alright, but you have to buy a uniform though. Are you see? Yeah.
Yeah, this is John 6:26. And Yahushua, which the name Yahushua is really is what they call Jesus. His name is Yahushua in Hebrew. Answered them and said, "Verily, verily, I say unto you, ye seek me not because you saw the miracles, but because ye did eat of the loaves and were filled."
Yeah, yeah, they have this one video like it's like burgers and fringes, right? And
big ass green peppers in the burgers.
Yeah, like loaves, like right, when the scripture talks about like bread, it's talking about just like food in general. Right, and that's like spiritual because like just like a hamburger, that's just like a compact. Alright, it's just like it's basically like just like a concentrated feast or meal. Alright, but alright, and that's what alright, because you notice like another thing I've noticed is that like with all these like cookouts and everything, alright, that's when even I think like alright, Tahar was speaking on it like back in the old school, like people that you haven't seen in like a couple of years, or people that don't don't go out on like the highways and byways would show up to all these events. All right, and then Shalom. All right, let's lamb.
Yeah,
All right, and all that. All right, and
Passover.
yeah, and all right, just like what I noticed like with you know, like the We Got Next and like the ISUPK and all that, like they'll pan the camera around. There'd be like people, all right, people like who like you could tell like by looking at them that they right, they're like lukewarm. They took their hand off the plow, all right, and they'll just be like, all right, Shalom. I'm enjoying the brotherhood. You know, it's like having some drinks, like they eating chicken, all right, and then they have like the nerve to call themselves like all right, soldiers. They talk about like all the works that they used to do. All right, so it's just, yeah.
I got you, boy.
Yeah, it's a joke.
This.
Oh, yeah. You know, like they march and do push-ups in the street, like they actual soldiers.
This bitch.
Yeah.
This bitch right here.
One in there.
Bitch getting married and shit. Oh, fuck. But this is John 6, verse 27. Labor not for the meat which perish, but for the meat which endureth unto everlasting life, man. That's what it is, man. You don't want to eat something, you will be hungry again next 20 minutes. You want to eat the real food, this real knowledge, which is labor forever.
Yeah, there was this like when I so-called like got saved, right? That's when I was that's when I started like getting into the scriptures. All right, I didn't know the truth at that point. All right, but you know, I was like reading the word every day. All right, and what happened was actually like there was this one guy like a couple of people from like the church I had joined, like just came out to like just give me like a brief overview of like all right, and some of the things they were saying were like on point. Like they got like the book of Proverbs, it's like better it is like a meal of herbs, or it's like just talking about you're gonna be like all right, now you're gonna be tempted, or you're gonna be tested, like all right, you're not going to be you're not gonna like smoke anymore at some point. You're not gonna be doing like the things that you used to do, and it's gonna be like for your benefit. All right, and they were right, because like that's how it is like right now. All right, and he was talking about this one guy. He said he fasted every Monday. All right, and while he was fasting, like he would go through the scriptures. All right, and he said that all right, it would be spiritual, but it actually felt like he was like physically like eating, like he had like the same like sensations as if he was being full from eating a meal, right, just by reading the scriptures.
Speaking on the false prophets. Yeah. This is Jeremiah 5, and I'm gonna start at 26. It says, "For among my people are found wicked men. They lay wait as he that setteth snares. They set a trap."
Yeah. And that guy, like, what happened? Like, you know, I was in line, like, getting some food. All right, and I just like peeped him because I saw the fringes. All right, and I saw it was like a T-shirt like Passover 2016. All right, and you know, like his wife and kid were there. They had the fringes and all that. All right, so I I knew who he was, and he probably like saw that I was like obviously like the beard and all that. That's another like dead giveaway. So like it's like he perceived that like it would be like worth his time like to like come give me a flyer, all that. All right, so what happened, like he just like waited for me to like come out and get my food, because like he came out like first. All right, but
laying wait.
yeah, I was, yeah.
Hey, Salak, hold on.